All right, let's look at this. The normal equation we have is right here, n minus 8 equals 10. And we're like, hey, we want to get n by itself, so we move the 8 over to that side. So we add 8, right? Well, if we look at this one and we want to get n by itself, that means you need to get rid of this y. It needs to move over there. How are you going to move it over there? Well, you add y to both sides. Okay, we don't know what y is. It could be 8, it could be 7, it could be a million. We don't know. Doesn't matter. We move it to the other side. This goes away. We're left with n is equal to whatever c is plus whatever that y value is. This is how we solve for n. In real life, we have equations sometimes, and we want to isolate a single variable. This is how we do it. We move everybody over to the other side. Let's say we have n plus 2. How do we move that 2 over to the other side? We're going to subtract 2 from both sides. Well, if I'm trying to get n by itself, how am I going to get rid of this adding b? You subtract a b. It goes away. It basically moves to the other side. And n is equal to whatever w is, take away the b. Okay, what about problems like this? Well, we normally go ahead and subtract 4 from both sides, and we get 3n equals the 7, take away the 4. And then the final step, we get rid of multiplying by the 3 by dividing by 3. Well, let's say you and I want to get n by itself in this equation. Well, it looks like I need to move the y over to the other side. So go ahead and move it over by subtracting y. I get 3 times n equals b, subtract y. Now I need to get rid of multiplying by 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. But if I divide that left by 3, I've got to divide the entire right-hand side by 3. N is simply equal to b minus y divided by 3. That's what its value would be. And we could come back when we figure out what b and y are and plug them in and solve it. All right, here, we've already sort of done this. How do I get n by itself? You divide by 4, divide by 4. So if I want to get n by itself here, it's being multiplied by the value a. So how do I get rid of multiplying by a value of a? I divide by whatever a is. And divide that side by whatever a is. So n is equal to y divided by a. On this one, we want to move the 5 over. So we would add 5. We get 7n is equal to the 6 plus 5, which is 11. And then we would get rid of multiplying by 7 by dividing by 7. Well, same thing here. If I want to get n by itself, I got to move this y over. How am I going to move subtract y over? I'm going to add a y to both sides. That'll get rid of it on this side and basically moves it to the right-hand side. So on the right-hand side, we have the w plus the y. Now we must undo multiplying by 7. We divide by 7. So n is equal to the expression w plus y divided by 7. Solving for a variable, even though the other pieces are variables, no big deal. The key is to get your variable that you want, which in this case is n, by itself. Move everybody over to the other side. And then if you have to in the final step, like we did here, divide by whatever number's in front of the variable.